Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 28 of our Minnesota Twins rebuild. I say that, and immediately OPS crashed. That was hilarious. But we're still up. It's fine. It's fine. Everyone, it's fine. Last we left off, we had the MLB draft, went through the All Star break, and inched ever closer to everyone's favorite trade deadline. Where things stand currently, we are on July 27th, so we have essentially a series and a half before the deadline. We are 54 and 51, 3.5 games back of the Tigers. Now, if you were paying attention, at the end of last episode, our record used to be a lot better. Very simply, we were swept in three by the Cubs and swept in four by the Royals. Yep. For whatever reason, the Royals have our number. Um, so that's where we're at. We have lost eight in a row and lost 11 of the past 13. Not exactly the form that you want to be in, getting closer to the playoffs. Right now, as things stand, we're kind of stuck. We're in the wild card hunt. Fortunately, we're still decent amount up on the other teams in the hunt. Really, the Guardians are the only team close to us. Red Sox, White Sox, Rays, they're all 4+ games back. That's less my concern. The bigger concern is simply that, my God, we're not doing great. Um, but really quick, just trade deadline. Let's talk about where I'm thinking. Firstly, for upcoming free agents, we have quite a few. Some of them simply have no trade value whatsoever and are guys that have been in AAA the whole year. Eric Wagaman, he's been in AAA the whole year, not really playing that much due to depth. I sent him down to AA. He didn't even hit there. LaFon Soto, he's been a utility infielder for us the entire save, essentially. He's been AAA this year. Marco Raya, we called up for a little bit last year, but this year he's been in AAA. Travis Adams, similar story. In terms of major league upcoming free agents, we have a few relievers. Justin Tapa, who we're not re signing, we're not trading. He's 37 years old, done pretty well in AAA this season. Um, in the majors so far, very small sample. He's done okay. Unfortunately, he did get shelled by the Cubs off stream there. We're not going to trade him. We may send him down to AAA. Cole Sands is also a upcoming free agent. Um, I think we're going to let him go. He's put up some pretty good numbers. At the end of last stream, he got eviscerated by the Royals. That hurt his numbers quite a bit. And I think we're starting to see him kind of regress a bit. If you look at some of his percentiles, he's losing a lot of ground. His K rate, though, is extremely high, which is good. But I think this will be the last year we get um, from Cole Sands. Zach McKinstry, also an upcoming free agent. He's been our utility infielder for parts of this year, and he's been pretty good. Good on base. He's got a triple and a home run. No real complaints there. The problem with extending him is fundamentally simple. He wants 4.6 million, which is quite a bit for a guy that was unsigned until opening day. So it may be a case where we want to bring McKinstry back, but not at the price he wants. Like, for example, if he would just take like 3 million flat. Wow, he's really attached to that number, huh? What about 3.5? What say you? Really? You have no power, dude. I will gladly let you walk. All right, we're done here. Um, that's where we're at with that. Framber Valdez, we've already made the decision that we're going to avoid the last year of his contract. I doubt he opt outs. It's 38 million next season. We are, however, going to void the last year. I like Framber Valdez, but we can't really afford 38 million. It's just that simple. He has also had a pretty poor month of July thus far. He had a really good start against the Tigers and got blown up by pretty much everyone else. Ks are also down. So are walks, to his credit, but yeah, I think we're gonna ride out one last time with him. Only other decision we kind of have to make contract wise is Royce Lewis. So last episode, this was the trade, or excuse me, the contract that we kind of had on the table. It would be 3-year deal, 18 million year one, 16 and a half year two, and then a team option with a buyout before year three. I don't hate this deal. It is, though, a little expensive. I mean, this year, Royce Lewis has been quite poor. The good news is, he's already played more than last season. He has had like one injury, and it was a 1 week back stiffness, whereas last season he missed, 11 weeks of the season. So I think it's good that he's been healthy so far, but his numbers are grim. Like 288 on base, 387 slug is fine. He has 12 home runs, but not great. So I don't hate the idea of extending him, but I think this contract, looking back on it, is pretty rich. So I think we might kind of hold off. If anything, like if I were to drop this to say, 15 million, whoops, this one to 15 and a half, and then 16 and a half. Yeah, no, we're back. We're back to the beginning where he won 16.4 for and a player option, which we're not doing. What we could do is do this with Royce Lewis. I think let's make year one, let's call it 17. Drop it to 16 million after that, and then all the way down 14 million. All right, we'll revisit that. So it is the trade deadline. Let's talk. So first, pitching wise, the rotation we're not really touching. Fromber, Joe Ryan, Taj Bradley are all pitching really, really well. Zebby Matthews has been poor this season, but 28 years old. He's got arbitration left. I think giving him one more year to try to bounce back before we talk a big extension makes sense. I am a little bit concerned at the fact that if we look at his splits here, he is unfortunately turning into a righty specialist only, where lefties are just eviscerating him to the tune of a 963 OPS. But that is something to keep in mind, especially if we get to the playoffs. And then John Klein, I think, has pitched well enough thus far. I think there are a lot of numbers that are terrifying. He has a ERA of 5. Expected ERA is 3.36, so there's a decent amount of unluckiness there. Ks are good, 9.8. However, 345 BABIP, and all of his off-speed pitches, of which he has 3, currently have a negative run value of -7. So at the moment, he has one good pitch, and it's only in the 61st percentile. So that is something to monitor. But I think rotation, we're pretty set. The big question is the bullpen. Obviously, our closer, Watanabe, he is out for 1 to 2 more weeks. So regardless, he's going to be out past the trade deadline. Anyway, he was online to lead the league in saves. That is obviously put. And so we turn our attention to Ryan Walker, who we signed as a free agent, 2.5 million, and he has been okay, but we need better. He has a 4.95 ERA. Expected ERA is 3.8. His WHIP of 1.18 I can live with. What I can't really live with, though, is the fact that his home runs are up by zero point 0.5 per nine, walks are up by zero point 0.4, and Ks are down by 3, which is insane to me. His percentiles are pretty grim. If you compare it to last season, where he was a percentile god with the Giants, he has just crashed insanely down to earth with us. So that's a little unfortunate. His rating is also still at a 50. So if we do decide to trade him, we could probably get something for him. And we have a lot of guys in AAA like Marco Raya, Connor Prelip, um, to a lesser extent, Alejandro Hidalgo. We need that control to develop first, but I think Ryan Walker is going to be someone that we look to move um, at the deadline. I think even if you look at his monthly splits, his April was solid, June was good, but July was a disaster. May was barely much better. Everyone else in the bullpen is more or less locked in. Mick Abel, unfortunately, has gotten killed in July thus far, but he's our long reliever for this year, and then we'll see. The lineup is where we're going to have to make some decisions. Chief among them is Byron Buxton. He is a free agent after this year. We're not bringing him back. Um, for those curious, he wants 6 years, 120 million. I'm not giving that to a 34-year-old with declining bat and defense. Um, we could trade him. The problem, if I have 7 shops available. The problem, no one wants him at all. I assume that's due to a combination of the fact that he's making 15 million and he's worth negative zero point 0.5 WAR with a 205 average. Probably those things. Um, so unlikely we will find a trade partner for Byron. So instead, at the moment, my plan is just to give Erod more reps in center field, where he's going to take over every 3 games against righties specifically. To give Erod some more reps because he's just completely fallen out of the pecking order. He's only appeared in 5 games in July. So I think giving him some more starts down the stretch will hopefully see if his bat is even capable of getting to league average. Another question is Trey Morgan and whether or not we want to trade him. He was our starting DH last season, did pretty well for himself 350 on base, 419 slug, 12 homers, no complaints. This year, though, been relegated to a backup sort of platoon role, and there's no number here that you look at and are happy with. He's still walking. He's not striking out a ton. That's good, but he only has 1 home run this season, 36 hits. Um, Not great. I think hilariously, if you just multiply all of his numbers by 3, it's going to get pretty equal numbers, but the slugging is down to a 320. That's essentially unplayable. He doesn't really have a position. He's gotten about 30 appearances, 18 starts at first. Range of 8.6 is fine, only 1 error, but a zero point 0.5 zone rating, no arm, obviously, at first. And with Luke Keeschel sort of holding down that spot very, very well, there's no world where that's a swap that we make. I don't really want to trade Trey Morgan at this point, but I mean, he is very unhappy with his performance and he's angry that he's not a starter. So there is that. Matt Wallner, so he has 1 more year after this left on his deal. I think right now, if I trade him, it's in the off season. He's gotten red hot the past 2 months. He has an OPS of a 900 in June and July. He's really turned it around. I think we're going to hold on to Matt Wallner, and he will be the, DH, sometimes right field for us, at least until the offseason, if we decide to make a move. The other decision that I'm kind of toying with is releasing Ryan Campos back to the Cardinals. We took him in the Rule 5 draft. He's barely played, only 29 starts this season. The bat just isn't really there the way we want it. I think he's got a pretty good profile. However, we have a lot of catchers in Double A and Triple A that are kind of waiting for their shot. Eduardo Tait fracturing his wrist a couple weeks ago does not help this at all. He was doing really good in Triple A, and he will forever be unhappy that he has not been called up yet. And Adley Rushman, he's our catcher this season, and he's going to be our starting catcher next season, potentially further on. Is there a lot of value in keeping someone like Ryan Campos? I don't know. Hilariously, if we do decide to move off of Trey Morgan and Campos, there goes two of our leaders. So something to keep track on. So, plan of attack for this episode, we are going to get through the trade deadline. We have a 3-game series against the Orioles, then the Cardinals. See if we make any moves, who we get in, who we lose, and then we'll just get through a little bit of August. So, without further ado, let us play game 1 against the Baltimore Orioles with Taj Bradley on the mound. It looks like both Culpepper and Adley Rushman are getting a day off. So I'm going to move Mydroth to short. McKinstry can go to second to make that work. Looks like Buxton is on the bench for this game with Erod in the center. So let's rock and roll. Braxton Bragg, great name for the Orioles pitcher. Here we go. I think it'll also, these two series, like if we get swept again by the Orioles or something and it's looking like we're potentially going to be out of the playoff picture, that might also influence a lot of our decisions. But we'll see how it goes as Jenkins gets aboard. Keishel promptly flies out. I don't think I want to run on Sam Basallo, but I'll think about it as Walker grounds out and Gabe Gonzalez flies out to center. All right. We go to the bottom of the first. Clean from Taj. And now Erod is on second for Campos. Hits it back into center, but that's going to get grabbed pretty easily. Is that Nate George? It is indeed. How'd you end up here? Oh, he was always an Orioles prospect. I thought he was a Giants prospect. My mistake. Nothing in the third for us, but 2 on, 2 outs. Tauchman takes the walk. Bases are loaded. Gunnar Henderson hits it into left. Walker's not going to get it. That's going to score at least 2. And the Orioles draw first blood. Jackson Holiday hits the old chopper for the infield single. Jordan Westberg is promptly thrown out by the catcher. All right. See if we can get anything going in the fourth. Strikeout to open. Fair enough. That's Royce's second strikeout of the game. And Erod follows suit. Fair enough. He had 2 strikeouts going into the inning, and he struck out all 3 hitters. And now 2 are aboard. Okamoto gets it down. Oh, brother. That was certainly one of the slides of all time by Gabe Gonzalez. All right. Not looking good for Taj. And it's about to get worse as Nate George hits it in the left. Folks, it's not looking great. Wow. To be fair, the Orioles have one of the best records in baseball, so this may just be the difference in level, but man, Taj is getting killed. Don't walk Tauchman again. You know what? He didn't. I can't be mad. He didn't walk him. Oh, boy. All right, he strikes out Gunnar Henderson. A double play, we're out of this. Jackson Holiday flies out. Nate George, though, makes it easily. That'll be it for Taj. We're just going to pull him and hope Festa can get Westberg. Gets it to third. Royce's throw gets him. All right. Well, we have a 6-run hole. Make that 7 as they get a solo shot off of Festa. Let's get Funderburk going. I mean, at this point, we just need to eat ABs. Come on, get Westberg. Dang it. Westberg gets it down. No such luck. Oh, poor Festa. Yeah, that brought his ERA back above 3. We're going to bring in Funderburk. Any more of these guys score, and Festa's stat line looks grim. And it's going to look grim. This is the argument maybe for like not trading Ryan Walker, or if we do, getting a bullpen upgrade, because good Lord, like Mick Abel's imploding. Funderburk's been hot and cold recently. Watanabe's hurt. Like, at a certain point, geez, another solo shot. It gets to a point. Another one. Folks, they are teeing off on us. Fair enough. I'm just going to go to Mason for the 8th. Keep it clean. Well, that happened. 11-0. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, this is the argument to sell. Like, if we don't think we're good enough for the playoffs, we should really sell. Trade proposal. Oh, first, Kyle Tippett, who was our 6th-round draft pick. We have a fresh scouting report on him. I mean, it's not bad. The 40 control obviously is the concern. The potential velo is a touch low, but if he's a starter, that's fine. I don't hate him. I don't think I hate him. I don't know if he's quite ready for single A yet, though. Is he on the list? He is. Oh, that is one thing that happened off stream. We got the Sam Jordy also has elbow inflammation, so there's that. We got the scouting report back on Brennan Woolers. This is how he looks. He was our 1st-round pick, obviously. I mean, listen, if the control is anything less than a 45, we're in serious trouble. But I think there is a world in which he works. It's just a slightly terrifying world. The AI has Matt Schofield already in AA, which is kind of crazy. He was our 2nd-round pick. Very good defensively. The arm is a little shaky, but hey, I mean, he's already pretty well developed. No real concern there. The other one was Tim Norris, starting pitching prospect, who I like a lot. I think the stuff isn't great, but if he has 3 above average pitches, like, it could play as long as his control doesn't destroy us. I just realized we have 2 players from Farmington Hills, Michigan. It's kind of funny. All right. Let's look at that trade from the Rangers really quick. Or for the Rays, excuse me. What do you want? They want to give me Ty Johnson. Let's choose to ignore the win-loss record, shall we? I mean, maybe. He's just having a really bad season. They've tried to use him in relief, or maybe they've just moved him to relief. I mean, like, he's an upgrade over John Klein, but is he an upgrade to the point where, like, we do this deal? I don't really think so. He's got better stuff. That's not debatable, but What do they want? They want Jonathan Mejia, who I'd be fine to trade. Matt Ponansky, who I think is going to be a bust, unfortunately. Defensive first infielder. Oh, they want Henry Mendez. No, I think this is a no. Yeah, Mendez is the get that they like. I think I'm a no on this one. I don't think Ty Johnson is the thing that moves the needle. As a long reliever, I don't hate his profile, but I think the cost is just a lot. Like he's not worth Matt Wallner. And even if, let's say, we wanted to have Walker be in this deal, they'd take Nazir White. I don't want to give up Nazir White. I'm still of the opinion that Nazir White's our future, like setup man. I don't think he's ready for AAA yet, though. I don't want to move Wyland Moss. Mejia Estrella's off the table. Cold Pepper, I think, needs more time. What if Jose? Is there ever a time when you're not hurt? Answer honestly. I feel like I should have traded Jose when I had the chance. I'd trade Merrick Houston. Why is he in rookie ball? AI moved him back down. I don't know why. Would they do Walker plus Houston? No, that doesn't move the needle for him. I think I'm out. I think their price tag is a bit rich for what we want. All right, I'm gonna sim game two against Oros. Surely it can't go as bad as 0-11. We lose 4-6. So yikes. Zebby got popped. Looks like he also had an error, which made a couple of those runs unearned. Mick Abel did okay. Cole Sands gave up a run. I've really soured on Zebby Matthews, which is a shame because last season he was spectacular. But this year it's just not going great. Trey Morgan had a pair of hits. Mydroth had 3 hits, which is good because his average had really been dipping. He's starting to get it back up. I think his WAR is high because defensively he's just a great second baseman. All right, 3 trades. Marlins, what do you got? Lone Grag from Matthias Atene. Who is Logan Grag? No. Why would you offer me this player? He is terrible. No. That I feel insulted by this offer. Goodbye. Looks like the Mets deal expired, as did the Astros deal. Hilariously, they want Brady Murrieta. Yeah, they traded Colombo already. I don't know why you get offers in this game for trades that have already happened by the time you get the offer. Feels silly. All right, let us go to game 3 of the Orioles series. I think we'll have Trey Morgan bat second. We'll just roll the dice on that and hope it works. I'm gonna give Matt Wallner a day off. We're gonna have Gabe DH bat third. Erod can take right field. At this point, I'm kind of just manufacturing ABs for Erod, but what else? What else are you gonna do? Walker Jenkins is gonna hit a solo shot, evidently. I mean, if he could get hot, the owner would get off my back about upgrading left field, which will be nice. All right, Eric Fedde walks Trey Morgan. Trey Gonzalez hits a ball into the mist, but it's going to be caught. Buxton K's. Rushman gets it down in left. I'm not going to run. Royce Lewis grounds out anyway, so it would not have mattered. All right, we go to the bottom of the first. John Klein on the mound, and Colton Cowser and Slammin' Sammy are aboard for Westburg. Hits it into center. Nope, that's going to get down and score both men. Orioles take the lead. Maybe the Orioles just have the best offense in baseball. Perhaps that's what we're discovering here today. Mydrot's on third for Jenkins. Swings at the 3-1, hits it deep to center. Goodbye. 2 home runs on the day for our left fielder extraordinaire. Trey Morgan tries to match, and he does. Back-to-back home runs, 400 feet on the dot. Gabe Gonzalez takes the walk, and Buxton is hit. 2 men are aboard for Rushman, our best hitter this season. Hits it into center. That's down. Gonzalez makes it home. 5-2 ball game. And Royce Lewis hits it into right. That is down. That should score Byron. As the throw does not make it home. Rushman makes it also very good. And Erod strikes out. Yeah, I think unfortunately we're running into the problem where Erod is a good fourth outfielder in that his defense is phenomenal and he's got really good speed, but he can't hit the baseball. It's a thing lacking in his game as 2 men are aboard and a wild pitch. Anyone else getting deja vu from the first inning? Don't walk him. Well, he didn't walk him. So again, I don't know if I can be mad. As Jackson Holiday hits a 3-run shot, don't walk him. Remember when I said like 10 minutes of real time ago that I think I'm okay with John Klein being our 5th starter the rest of the year? I might take that back. But the problem is if we upgrade in our rotation, then we're going to become buyers at the deadline. And I don't know if that's the right move. Can he get me through the 4th? He does. And both of our long relievers are burned. So Fundermerk is going to need to get me 2 innings today as Royce Lewis joins the home run party. Another solo shot. Very good. If Erod hits a home run, we know the balls are juiced. That's our clear indication here. Culpepper is safe off the chopper. Let's see if we can get a steal. Let's be bold. Let's be brave. Rain delay. You know what? I'm going to take that as a sign that I shouldn't try to steal. And a walk. So Culpepper would have been on second either way. Walker Jenkins hunting a 3 home run day. Instead hits into a double play. Nice. Fair. Firm, but fair. All right. Sorry about that. OBS just loves yelling at me today, doesn't it? Let's see if John can get me an out. All right, he got Tauchman, but that's going to be it. We'll go to Funderburk to face Jackson Holiday. And he walked him. Fair enough. He just wanted the double play. I see the vision. Not quite. Gets Sammy to ground out. Westberg, don't hit a home run. Cool. Adam swinging. And I think John Klein getting us the first out there should help Cody go longer, which is the current goal as Buxton's on second for Rushman, who pops it up into foul territory. Easy snag. We go to the sixth. Well, so much for that. Two men are aboard with one out. Brian Ramos hits it into center. That's down. No runner scores. Kauser with a full count. Swing and a miss. All right, that'll be it for Funderburk. Right now, he has an okay line, but if these guys score, that goes away. Here's Tapa to face Taukman. Pops it up. Walker's there. Got out of the jam. All right. I think Tapa gets me the seventh. Walker gets me the eighth. Keckering for the ninth, regardless of the score. All right. The rain has cleared. It is a sunny day, just in time for Justin Tapa to get shelled. And he gets one out. We can't really trade runs for outs at this point. And he walks Okamoto. Deary me. And O'Neill gets it through. I think I'm in the camp that we send Justin Tapa to AAA regardless of who we move at the deadline. Very good throw there from Walker Jenkins. I think that's just where I'm at mentally. Like, I like Tapa. He had two really good seasons for us, but I think unfortunately he just hit a wall. Good strikeout there from Walker. Nothing for us in the eighth. Nothing for the Orioles either. All right. We go to the ninth. I don't know how Keckering wasn't ready there. Must have been a quick inning. Keckering for the save. Gets it done. We finally got a win, 8-6. Man alive. Keckering did really good. 3 Ks. Ryan Walker came in, did well. Oh, boy. All right. Well, we salvaged one game from the Orioles, but now the deadline is 2 days away. And the Padres sent me a trade that vanished into mist. All right, what's this deal? They want to send me Cody Reed, who I do not want, and Ricky Gonzalez, a prospect I do not want. So that is an easy no. The Rockies have sent me an invalid trade. Okay. So first things first, I think we need to make a bullpen decision on whether or not we move Ryan Walker. I think the thing with Ryan Walker is a lot of his underlying numbers are really good. He's got a good whip, good BABIP, but all of his per 9 starts are bad. What's his velo? He's down half mile an hour. He's essentially dropped half a mile an hour in velo every season, and his percentiles have essentially cratered. So I think either we trade him now or we just don't bring him back next season. Let's see what we can get. Let's just put the offers in. First, we'll look at everything, and then we'll look at specifically prospects. So I wouldn't hate the idea of going bullpen arm for bullpen arm here. Oh, good Lord. I mean, Dennis Santana, if we just want the best arm available, doing pretty good. He's also 32, which is the same age that Ryan Walker is. Otto Kemp doesn't really interest me. Xavier Isaac, I think, could be fun. But again, he's really only a DH. His power has not manifested this year with the Rays. He has 2 homers, 1 double. think we're out. What about just prospects? Anyone? Anyone want to come to dance with me? No. Wow. I mean, there is an argument to keeping him and just hoping we can get 2 good months out of it. I think, regardless, though, I think Justin Tapa, we need to send down to AAA. I don't think, compared to what we have. I mean, Watanabe also gets back in a week, so that can just be our corresponding move. Yeah. All right, let's play the game against the Cardinals, and then I think we're going to decide a lot of trade deadline stuff after this. So we'll rock and roll with that. I'm going to give McKinstry the start here for Royce Lewis. I'll have Erod bat 6. That way we can have a good righty-lefty split down there at the bottom. All right, what do you got for me, Fromber? Clean first inning. Erod's on second. Mitroff. Swing and a miss. Campos rounds out. Yeah, I think I might release Campos and send him back to the Cardinals, which is fitting because we're playing them. So he can just walk next door. Gabe's on second. Erod grounds out to first. I think Bernal, like if our future catcher pairing is Bernal and Campos, it's not the end of the world. Because there is a universe where Campos becomes a pretty good catcher. We just have a lot of catchers in AA and AAA that are of good quality, which is a good problem to have, to be fair. But it does make it a bit awkward as Mitroff flies out to center the diving O'Neill Cruz, who has found himself in St. Louis. Campos lines out to right. McKinstry promptly grounds out. All right, bottom of the fifth, scoreless. That might change here. 2 on for O'Neill Cruz. Swing and a miss. I was never worried. It's a lie. I was terrified. As Walker Jenkins gets it down, I am going to run on Pedro behind the plate. And Walker gets there. Okay, here we go. Let's bring him around. Keishel pops it up. Don't think that's deep enough to advance Walker, because it's not. Wallner takes the walk. Do I want to try a double steal? That might be too ambitious with Gabe up. And he hits it into left. That's down. Bases loaded. Kalen Culpepper hits it to second. They go home to get him. They go to first, not in time. All right, Erod. Struck out looking. That's a yikes. All right, we're going to get Festa warming up. No trouble, though, in the 6th. Yeah, I think in that case we'll get Mason ready for pretty good outing from Fromber. 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks. Take that and like it. Mason. He's already fatigued. He's on 35 pitches. You got this, Mason. Get Burleson. Come on. Bang. Never a doubt. That's a lie. I was terrified. Nothing for us in the 8th, hilariously. All right, we're going to go Cole Sands for the 8th. Two men are aboard. I'm going to bring in Keckering to face Varsho. And then if we tie it up, he can stay in for the 9th. Gets the pop up. Caught. All right, here we go. Into the ninth. Down 1-0. First up, Mr. Gonzalez against #1 in saves, Carlos Estevez. Gets Gabe to pop up. Kalen Culpepper grounds out to the pitcher. We're going to pinch hit for Erod here. We're going to see if Byron Buxton can give us some juice, give us a solo shot to tie it up. Hits it up into right, but caught at the track. 1-0 loss. Ouch. Yeah, that hurt. That was painful. They had 3 hits the whole dang game, but they had 7 walks. We only had 1. That'll do. Can I trade Compost even though he's a Rule 5 guy? Is that a thing I'm allowed to do? Feels a little silly, but if somebody wants him, the Royals want him. I mean, Ben Kudrna isn't bad. Ooh. Don't look at his percentiles. Do not look at his percentiles for Dennis Colleran. I mean, he's a reliever. He's not a starter. He was a little better as a reliever, but not by much. I mean, do I like Colleran more than Kudrna? I don't know if I do. Let me compare them really quick. No, I think I like Ben better. I think this is a trade we do. I'm going to get greedy and see if the Royals have like another prospect they don't care about. He's not bad. You want to give me Adrian Lunar? Okay, they're fine with it. I just need to find somebody I can give up. I'll give him Murphy Hernandez. So, last check if I want to trade Compost. I mean, there is a decent amount of unluckiness to his numbers. His expecting batting average is a 318 for crying out loud. But I think the other problem I'm running into is defensively, he's just never going to be good. He has a negative zone rating already. He's a negative framer. He's only thrown out 14% of runners. So, as a backup catcher, he doesn't have that much value. Whereas, say, if I were to immediately call up Bernal, he's got slightly better power, worse against lefties. Defensively, he's much better. Or do I just ride it out with Compost? I might just ride it out with Compost. I do kind of want Kudrna, though. Okay, they'll do it for another prospect. I'll just do that then. I'll give him Jaden Bass. Easy decision. He's doing really well in high A, but there's no real development there. So Bass and Murphy Hernandez for Adrian Lunar, who is a defensive first catcher, done pretty well at high A this season, and Ben Kudrna, who got popped against the Mets because the AI had him pitch 63. Had him throw 63 pitches on back-to-back days. Good job, game. Yeah, I think we do that deal. All right. Adrian Lunar can go to high A. Triple A is insane for the AI to put him there. And then, yeah, Ben can stay in Triple A. All right, I think we're going to put Justin Tapa in the spin cycle. We're going to waive and DPA him. That way, if someone can pick him up, I wouldn't hate that outcome. In terms of who we call up, I think we're going to give Connor Prelip some run. I think at a certain point, like, he just needs the time. Really struggled, obviously, in 2026. He missed all of 2027 injury. So we'll see what he can do. I'll have him be as a setup man with Walker. So I think we're going to try to keep Campos and hope his bat turns it around. If it doesn't, we can always send him back down to AAA after 1 year of being on our 26 man. My fear is because Byron, I don't know if it says it in his contract. Yeah, he is not willing to waive his no trade clause. In other words, he's not going to want to get traded out. So I think Byron, he's here no matter what. That's locked in. I guess the other question could be if we're not going to extend Royce Lewis, do we trade him? All right, let's put pen to paper and figure this out. So he wants 3 years. I think I'm fine with 3 years only if this is a team option. And then we'll just do 2.5 because that's what we had before. If he wins MVP, I'll give him $500,000. All-Star game, 100,000. All right. So year 1, I'm fine with overpaying. So let's do 17 million, 16, 16. So that saves us 200,000, but we're adding the buyout. I don't know if I love this, but it's kind of just where I'm at. What do you think about that? 17 point. I mean, this is essentially betting that his bat, like, this is us saying that this year was the anomaly, not years 1 and 2. We locked down our captain for at least 2 more years. He has been essentially injury free this year. I think that's worth it. I think we'll do that deal. 3 years, 47. I think that's worth it. His percentiles also haven't cratered that much. Obviously, his 2027 ones are great. His 2026 ones were even better. So our hope is he rebounds. If he doesn't, then we're stuck with a bad contract for 2 years, which isn't the end of the world for a good defensive third baseman and our captain. That's fine. Mydroth, McKinstry, they're obviously staying. Keishel's staying. I don't really want to trade Trey Morgan because I think he has a lot of value, especially off the bench. So then it's really Matt Wallner. It's the last big question. Let's look at his splits again. So he is dying against lefties, which isn't nothing. His July, he's definitely coming back down to earth. Like, he has had 3 good games in his last 10. I mean, if we trade Wallner, that is our leader in home runs by a lot, leader in RBIs. I guess Gabe's got him beat in OPS. I think the problem is just he sucked so much in April and in May that his numbers just have not recovered in a way we want. Let's talk. Let's at least entertain the idea of what I could get. Oh boy. I mean, that's the deal. Like that's the trade. Why is he in AAA? I think I have to save Connolly early from the Red Sox. Why is he in AAA? Who's in their actual rotation? Crochet, Tully, Crawford, Ranger Suarez, Bayo. Wow. Interesting. Because he's in 2 years left. Oh my God, it's 6. I thought it was 4. Bayo's still around. Yeah, because they tried Bayo in relief role for parts last 2 seasons. This year they moved him back to a starter. And so Conley early has been in AAA this whole season. I mean, we might be trading Matt Wallner. Let's look around. Let's keep looking around. Shane Baz, I think, would be good, but he's a free agent. I assume he wants quite a lot of money. Christian Mena would also be very good. Did he get hurt? No. Why is he barely pitched? He only has 19 starts. Feels low. Is that low? Yeah, okay, it's a little low, but nothing crazy. Um, J.R. Ritchie, I like. I don't like him as much as the other guys. Waldrop. Kobe Mayo. No. Do we take Jordan Westberg after he just destroyed us? Now that's interesting. Do we replace Byron Buxton with Michael Harris Jr.? I mean, let's be frank. Look at his offensive numbers. He has yet to have an above 280 on base at all in this series, in this save. Defensively at center, he's fine. Maybe not. I think Conley. I think it's either Connolly early or Christian Mena right now. But let's keep looking. Drew Romo wouldn't be bad, but we have Rushman. I think if we didn't have Rushman, there's a case where Drew Romo is the pick. Rhett Lauder. Yeah, they've moved him to reliever, so his stamina's dead. Hector Rodriguez, again, if we didn't have the outfield depth that we have, that could be interesting. Kyle Bradish, similar problem to Shane Baz. Manzard, what's Manzardo's defensive rating? Yeah, that's about what I thought. Ryan Ritter, no. Adele Amador, no. Cole Carrick, no. Miguel Pagan, no. The Marlins just signed Max Mayer to an extension. I don't really want to take him after that. Emiliano Teodo I like, but I don't know if I like him in a Wallner trade. What's Logan Henderson's? Maybe. I think we're going to trade Matt Wallner. And part of the reason why I think we do it now is I'm a little worried his overall potential is going to drop again. Because it was ricocheting between 60 and 55 for a while now, but this whole season it's been 55. So I'm a little worried, especially with him not playing in the outfield anymore. Isaac Praties, no. Nothing. I mean, Mikel Garcia, if we're talking like best player available, he's been really bad, though, this season and on base. Well, there we go. Looks like we're back. So that's a no on Miz. Jefferson Cuero, I think, would be a good get, except we're fine at catcher. But man, he'd be so good. Bryce Terang, if we want a Chase Meideroth upgrade. Joey Cantillo. I think we trade Wallner. I think the returns are just going to be really good. Hmm. A lot of these guys are bouncing between AAA and the majors a lot. Ryan Clifford would be really good, but I don't think that's where I want to live. Gage Jump is pretty solid. Luis Morales obviously has amazing stuff. Jacob Wilson, if we wanted to move off of Culpepper, but he's been very bad and short defensively. Lawrence Butler, I don't think's the solution. Do we take Simeon Woods Richardson back? Wow, he's been getting crushed for the Pirates. I think we won that trade. Well, they're offering me George Kirby. When's he a free agent? Oh, they signed an extension. No. Like at a certain point, realism has to matter. Vest Naylor, no. Dietrich Ends. If you think I'm giving up Matt Wallner for Dietrich Ends, Grant Herter, Tigers legend. Crazy that they've had him as a starter. Hey, Justin Henry Malloy. Good on him sticking around. Oh, Evan Carter's tempting. I think Evan Carter is as close as we're going to get to an offensive one-to-one deal. He doesn't have the power, obviously, but doesn't strike out a ton. Defensively, he should be fine. Okay, never mind. They're putting him in center a ton. Yeah, in right field, he's fine. Nassim Nunez is not rated that highly. All right, so I think we're going to trade Matt Wallner, and it's going to suck, but I think we do it. So I think if we're going to acquire any of these guys, I think the three players that I'm thinking of are Jefferson Cuero, who would essentially solve our catcher problem after 2029. But the problem is he's going to start ARB, I guess, 1 year after that, right? Because they didn't call him up before this. Correct. So he'd be pretty cheap. Defensively, he's great. Small sample, but the bat's been awesome this year. Joey Cantillo, I think I need to compare him to Peyton Tolley, or excuse me, to Conley Early, but I like him. The 1.5 whip and the 350 BAPIP are slightly terrifying. Let me scroll all the way back up here. All right, let's compare these two. So Cantillo is 2 years older, like 2.5 years, nearly. Cantillo has, I'd say, better stuff and better prevent BAPIP, and yet his BAPIP, I believe, is worse. Yeah. Finally, early being in AAA is the death of me in terms of comparison. Potential wise, I think I would rather have Early's profile. But I mean, he's been in AAA the whole year. That's the thing that's killing me. And that really sucks in terms of development. He's been crushing it, obviously, but of course he's crushing it. These are his ratings in AAA. I think I'm leaning Connolly early over Cantillo. That might be foolish. I mean, the run value on his pitches. Like his fastball is a 70 rating, but he has a -9 run value. Like, that's exceptionally bad. So yeah, I think the only question then is, I mean, we could go for Kyle Harrison, but Kyle Harrison's going to be ARB eligible before the other two are. Compare him with Connolly early. Mm, I mean, Kyle Harrison has the stamina and he has the potential, I would say, for his stuff to be better, whereas early is just better now. Yeah, I think of those two, I'd take early. So I think it's Jefferson, Cuero, or Conley early. Like my concern with Jefferson is if the bat regresses, then you're really in trouble. Because like the gap power isn't great. He does have 11 doubles to be fair, but he's never going to walk at all. And so if the avoid K gets worse, you're in trouble. I think Conley early is the trade. But now I would like something else because we're giving up one of our best hitters in exchange for a guy they have in AAA. Problem is, this is the Red Sox prospect list. Good God. Tyson Witherspoon is pretty good. I doubt they give us a 55 also. No. I have a lot of guys like Harold Rivas. Toby Twist ain't bad. They acquired him at the deadline last year, though, so I doubt they want to move him again. Yeah, they want a pretty big get for Twist. Lovris Brito, I don't hate. Johan Fran Garcia, who I, in my Rockies rebuild on the channel, I acquired in Rule 5 and then released him after like 2 months. Would they give me Brito? They would. Let's get really greedy. Ah, he's on the 40 man. I don't hate David Lumpkins. He may run into the problem where he has one good pitch. Navilo isn't great. I think this is a pretty good. Ooh, give me Ortiz instead of Lumpkins. Dang. Okay, they really like Ortiz. Nelly Taylor, just add to my embarrassment of riches in AAA outfield. No. I feel like at a certain point I'm just being too greedy. Ooh, Nazan Zentello. Not a great bat in Double A. Defensively, I like it. No. All right. So this is the deal. I think we're moving Matt Wallner. It hurts, but I think it's the right thing to do, unfortunately. I mean, we're going to miss the home runs. That's obvious. But, like, his percentiles, like, he legitimately went from one of the best hitting outfielders to above average. And I'm just worried that like his expecting batting average is a 183. His expecting slug is a 344. So he's getting both. He's getting insanely lucky in all facets. I think we pull the plug. This hurts. There's going to be riots. Complete the trade. Yep. Fan interest decreases noticeably. We send Wallner to the Red Sox. That hurts. Okay. So now Now we need to figure out what do I do. So David Lumpkins, I think double A is fine. Brito, I think high A is high A is fine. Now I need to free up a rotation spot. I think the easiest move is send John Klein back to AAA. I think that's the easiest move. I would rather give Zebby Matthews 2 months to turn it around, especially because he's about to become very expensive at arbitration, rather than see 2 more months of John Klein. So we're going to send John Klein down to AAA. At the moment, he's okay with it. And then Connolly Early is going to become our new starter. He did literally just pitch today. So that is a slight problem. Because Joe Ryan goes, oh, yeah, that's actually a problem. Do we have an off day after the Cardinals series? We do. Okay, we should be okay then. Okay, so that's that done. Now, do I move Gabe Gonzalez to full-time DH? Let's see. Right field, 1.8 zone. Yeah. All right, so Gonzalez is going to be full-time DH. Do I want him against lefties? I think I do. Trey Morgan's also been really good against lefties. I might. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get very bad defensively against lefties. We're going to get very, very bad. Keishel's going to go to second. Trey Morgan is going to go to first. We move Gabe up to third. And then DH against lefties, I'll get back to you. We're no longer going to platoon Trey Morgan at DH against righties. Erod, the new backup right fielder. Okay, so I need a right fielder. I think I'm of two minds. First of all, where is Rosario? There he is. Rosario, get to AAA and stay there. I'm of two minds. It's either going to be Alan Rodin or Henry Mendez. Let's compare the men. So Rodin is a little bit of playing time last season. did okay. I think the slugging wasn't quite where we wanted. On base was even worse. Offensively, I think it's a simple case of Allen is better now. Mendez might become better later. Defensively, it's, Rodon is slightly better, but neither of them are great. I think the other part of this is if we don't call up Alan Rodin now, is he ever really going to get a look? I like Henry Mendez. I think we're going to go Rodin. And then he is going to be our starting right fielder. So in terms of lineup construction, I think Gabe bats third, Buxton at 4, which we have to do or else he will burn my office to the ground. Rushman, Lewis, Rodin bats 7th, Culpepper, Mydroff. I think that's fine. Against lefties, Rodin's done really well in AAA, so here's hoping that carries over. However, I don't know that I want Trey Morgan batting 9th. However, he's done great with it. So you know what, Trey, that's where you're at. All right, that should be all that fixed. All right, and then Gabe, DH. Okay, so let's fix this to make it nice. So now that Mydroth and McKinstry both being on the bench against lefties is a little awkward from a subs and pinch hitting perspective, but I mean Mydroth unfortunately just his splits against righties aren't great. His splits against lefties, he's sub 300 in everything. So I think that's the move there. Okay. I think that's about where I want to be in my life. Oh, Class A or something. All right, let's advance the day. Here comes the fun. It is now the trade deadline. All right, Padres, what do you want? They want to send me Mason Miller and Dawson Willis, a prospect that is bad. Okay, in exchange, they want 2 of my best prospects. What's Mason's contract? 21 million and then ARB. I mean, no. That's we can't afford to pay a closer that much money. Wyland Moss is as close to untouchable as it gets, prospect wise. Quentin Young, I would debate it, but that's only because he's kind of hit a wall in high A again. No, I think that's a no. I think we pass on the first deal. Second deal, they would like Mason Morris, who we signed as a minor league free agent before last season. He's done pretty well in AA. Controls an issue. In exchange, Tirso Ornelas. I mean, to be fair, he would be a pretty good AAA replacement for Rodin. Defensively, he's not great. I don't know if I love the bat either. I think this is a no. We're going to pass on that one. Angels, they want to send us Jorge Soler. I just traded Matt Wallner, who is a better Jorge Soler. Why would I? Also, I love that he's on a minor league deal. That is kind of funny. No. All right, trade deadline. So first things first, we're gonna play through our game. Then we'll figure out trade stuff. So, game 2 against the Cardinals, and it is a lefty in Chris Sale. Hi there, buddy. 39 years old, still going strong. All right, and Alan Roden's going to make his season debut in right. There is maybe an argument that we should keep Gonzalez in right and have Roden DH, but I tire of seeing these bad right fielders. It gets to a point. And Walker Jenkins strikes out to begin those festivities. Keishel walks. Gabe Gonzalez batting 3 now that Wallner is gone. It's into the ground out. I think this is also good because it'll mean Gabe will start essentially every game. I think losing that platoon with Trey Morgan automatically makes us better as Buxton has a lovely RBI single. Might as well attempt the steal. All right, relax. All right, Byron's a coward. We'll let Rushman hit, and he grounds out. Fair enough. Never mind, he beat it out. He looked out for 99% of that animation, and then the throw just took a year to get there as Royce Lewis with the 3-run home run. Alan Roden, what do you got for me? There we go. A lovely single to center field. We'll take that. And down it goes Culpepper. I think also having Buxton and Erod platoon at center will help us figure out if Erod can be a starting right fielder for us next season. I think the answer is no, but you never know. As Luke Keishel with the solo shot. And Gabe pops it up to the actual moon. Clean second. I think losing Wallner sucks in terms of our number one power guy is gone. However, we get Connolly early, who could very well be like a number 2 starter for us. Maybe number 3, because it seems like Taj Bradley has had a really good development this save. And we get a pair of prospects that pretty good. I think that's worth it because we were going to trade Matt Wallner in the offseason anyway. So realistically, we're losing 2 months of Matt Wallner for that, which that is what it is. As Roden grounds out to end the inning. Bottom 3, Mr. Joe Ryan. Clean inning of work. And Kalen Culpepper. A triple. He's up to 3 on the year, folks. And Trey Morgan strikes out. Part of this also is that Trey Morgan has just had such a terrible season that we lost one of our DH options and made things pretty awkward as the most sad fielder's choice in the history of the world takes place. Come on, Gabe. No such luck. Never mind the error. Down now. They gave it on the throw. 2 men on for Byron Buxton. Swing and a miss. All right, let's see if Joe Ryan can go long because I have 1 long reliever ready and 2 setup men, one of whom is Connor Prelim. So if Joe can get me 6 innings, so that's fine. Roden is there. We're okay. Burleson, what is his speed? 30? Roden, you let a guy with 30 speed beat you like that? Killing me as Herrera strikes out to end the inning. Nothing for us in the 5th or for the Cardinals. The dream of the cycle from Culpepper is dead as he flies out. Ray Morgan goes down, and Walker Jenkins follows suit. Oh, man. Joe Ryan was doing so well. However, he gets Burleson to hit into the double play. That'll do. Jordan Walker hits it up, but Byron is there. All right, I'm going to let Joe. Oh, Byron. So, year one, he had nine. No, excuse me, he had one error. Last year, he had three. This year, he had two. His zone rating has dropped from 11.2 to negative 11. Like, what do I even do with that? And Mason Wynn hits it into left. The throw, not in time. Man, that error sucks. They get the unearned runs, but also that means Joe Ryan's pitch count got pretty up there. Luis Castellum, hero of my Rockies save. Striking out Keishel, but Gonzalez gets it down. There we go. Now we're talking. Byron Buxton, redeem yourself from the error. And he does. He gets it down. Thank you. Thank you. Well, double plays. Always depressing. All right. We're going to get Festa warming up. But ideally, rain. Oh, God, the mist of doom has arrived. Dalton Varsho hits it to second. Keishel is there. No problema. Don Pedro grounds out. That was on two pitches. So let's see if he can get Nolan Gorman. He could not, as Gorman hits a solo shot. Fair enough. All right, that'll be it for Joe. We're going to bring in Festa to get me this rest of the seventh and the eighth, and then probably Ryan Walker for the ninth, which is terrifying. If he blows this save, we might trade him. If it ends up actually being a save, I might be that reactionary as Royce Lewis hits it deep to center and off the. That looked like it hit the first row of seats. Could I get a replay on that, please? That just looked like it hit the seats, but whatever. A triple for Royce Lewis. Alan Roden hits it into left. That's going to be caught, but deep enough to score Royce. So no longer a save situation, which I love. Culpepper grounds out. Trey Morgan, though, gets it down into right for a lovely double. That's good. He was not having a good day so far. I'm going to pinch run for Trey with McKinstry, and we're going to try to steal third. Because why not? When in Rome, McKinstry, I need you to stop being a coward. Good man. Steals third easily. And it doesn't matter. Jenkins goes down swinging. All right. So pretty simple defense. Keishel goes over to first. McKinstry takes over at second. Festa, give me the eighth, buddy. David, so help me. I cannot stress how I do not want Ryan Walker to pitch the ninth in a save situation. All right. Gets Jordan Walker. Can he get Mason Wynn? Yes, indeed. All right. We're going to go Ryan Walker for the ninth. He has a 4-run cushion. Good man. All right. We win 7-3. Pretty happy offensively. Royce Lewis having a home run and a triple. Lovely. Quite pleased. Rodin went 1-3 with an RBI in his season debut. The error obviously sucks. Like the only reason that game was even remotely close was because of that. Happy with that. All right, so now it's a trade deadline. Let me save before things get weird. I think we've done the deals we wanted, which is we traded Matt Wallner. Byron Buxton refuses to waive his no trade clause. So that's that. Um, we're not going to move anyone else in the lineup since we traded Wallner. I think now our next step is, do we want to trade Ryan Walker? To which I think the answer is no. Because if I think about, let's think about it like this. So bullpen wise, of the 8 guys that are here now, Prelip's a question mark next season. Cole Sands is gone. Mick Abel is a question mark. So that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4 guys locked in. Watanabe, who's injured, makes 5. So it's not a guarantee that I don't bring Ryan Walker back next year. But God, his percentile death just makes me want to cry. Like he went from being in the 91st percentile with run value to 76 to 55. So he could just simply be, declining year over year. But his whip is a 111 and his BABIP is a 233. So the stuff is still playing to that degree. Watanabe gets back in a week. I kind of think we hold on to him. Let me see again what the general temperature was on return for Walker. I mean, it's not the most inspiring list any of us have ever seen. I think Dennis Santana would be the best get if we wanted a bullpen fix now. But he's the same age as Ryan Walker. Do I trade for a 35-year-old Eduardo Rodriguez? If I remember prospect wise, it was either the Royals or it was no one. Yeah, it was no one. Was that Alex Faedo I saw? Tigers legend. He's not rated that badly in this game. I mean, look at his run value percentiles 6% pitching overall, second in off speed, 12th in fastball. His third percentile in K percentage. Good God. I kind of think we're done in terms of trades. I think Wallner was the big one. I think I'm gonna give Campos one more month because Bernal is getting called up in September, essentially no matter what, on whether we want to keep Campos. Do I really think? I mean, it might. His expected percentiles are insane. He's just been getting insanely unlucky. So yeah, I think we are holding. So we will continue if we get any offers. Oh dear God. All right, the Rockies one expired. Angels, Jorge Soler. I am not interested in Jorge Soler. I know it's essentially too late for me to put that in, but I'm not. That deal's off the table. That deal's off the table. Reds, what do you got? They want to give me Dane Myers. I mean, no. I mean, defensively is okay, but he has no power whatsoever. He's barely played this season. Has he been hurt? No. He just has not played. Fair enough. Kien Vu, who in real life I like a lot, but don't think that's for us. Reds, Will Benson. In all honesty, if I didn't call up Alan Roden, Will Benson would not be a bad option in right. Because he's got the speed. Defensively, he's been pretty good. 7.2 million is too much, though. What do they want? Pat White, who I'm kind of okay with trading. We just had a bad scout on him when I drafted him, and the worst prospect in our system, Fernando Hernandez. You know, I don't hate it. Here's my question, though. How does Will Benson compare to Alan Roden? Yeah, I think you play Roden. The big difference is the power, obviously. Defensively, Benson is much superior, but I don't think that's worth moving Roden off. I don't hate it. Jared Brown, I wouldn't hate trading for as a prospect. The avoid K potential is real because he's in the fourth percentile for strikeouts. But defensively, he's not terrible. The AI is playing him in center field for whatever reason. Let's clear this. Just really quick. I think we're going to reject the trade. However, if I did want to, whoops, or is the trade deadline passed? Oh, because it's the last thing. I see. So I can only accept current offers. I can't make any of my own. That's fair. I do not want Sean Bouchard. Like words cannot describe how little I want him. Yeah, so this is essentially the last thing in the trade deadline. So I cannot create new trades. I can only accept the ones that were offered. That's fair. I'll keep an eye on Jared Brown though. All right. Trade deadline is done. I have never regretted signing a draft pick more in my life than Mike Quizada. The AI drafted him, so I cannot take blame for the drafting part. However, I did give him a $700,000 signing bonus, which was insane. I should have waited for the scouting report, but I didn't, and now here we are. Wylan Moss, potential movement and control go. I think we have something in Wylan Moss. I think we do. He's the 100th ranked prospect right now. He's going to be in Double A the rest of this year. I think he's going to be good. My chief concern, though, is good Lord, his whip is a little scary. Yeah, his fastball was bad in high A, good in Double A. His off speed was bad in both. That's not nothing because he only has 3 pitches. Miles Bailey improves. Look at him. Look at our boy. Broke his leg in real life. I felt like I had to draft him. All right. We're gonna sim the finale of the Cardinals series. So, Byron Buxton, who refused to waive his no trade clause, just suffered an oblique strain that could potentially cause him to miss the rest of the season. Well, um, yeah. Do we play any regular season games in October this season? Nope. Yeah, he could potentially miss the whole season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, oh man. Okay. So we're gonna get a look at Henry Mendez right now, it turns out. Oh God. Our AAA outfield just took such a massive hit. Is Trey Broussard ready for AAA? I think he is. He's gonna get the call up to AAA. So that's an actual problem because now I have no. I mean, the best defensive center fielder I have is Erod, but he also has the worst bat in the history of the world. Walker Jenkins, I've had play in center field on occasion historically. He has not been great, but for the rest of this season, that might just be the move. But then who do I put in left? Do we give Henry Mendez the starting left field job with a 40 overall? Or I stick Erod in center and roll the dice? I think I'm going to stick Erod in center and we're going to roll the dice. But now I have to figure out lineup wise what I want to do here. Um, then I'll move Henry to left field just to balance out the backups here. So, let's see here. All right, Erod has done well batting 6. So I think we're just going to move Rushman up to 4, Lewis to 5, Erod to 6. And then same against lefties. I mean, Erod has been terrible against lefties. I can't do that. I think against lefties, then Walker will take center field. Henry Mendez will get the bat in left. Man, we one day after Buxton refuses to waive his no trade clause, gets that injury. I mean, we won 9-1. That's pretty neat, ain't it? Oh boy, Taj Bradley pitched pretty well, but it only went 5 2/3. Mick Abel, 2 1/3, scoreless. Look at that. David Festa did pretty good. The AI pitched him on back-to-back days again. They love doing that. All right, but now we get the day off, which is clutch. Oh yeah, what was the do Jared Brown? Let me get a fresh scouting report on Jared Brown. That's a yikes. That is indeed a yikes. And now we get to face the always fun LA Dodgers. God help us all. Let's dance. All right. Anybody tired? Nobody's tired. And it is a lefty and Blake Snell. So Walker Jenkins is going to move to center. Henry Mendez will get his debut. MLB debut against Blake Snell. Oh, brother. If you had told me that at one point in the season, our outfield will be Allen Roden in right, Walker Jenkins in center, and Henry Mendez in left, I don't know what I would have told you. But that's where we're at. Here we go. Oh, brother. And what's crazy is we're still in the playoff hunt. Like when you think about it like that, it's kind of funny. As Luke Keeschel lines out, Gabe Gonzalez hits it down into left. Very good, sir. Very good, very good. All right. Let's see if Rushman can bring him around. Nope. The answer there is no. All right, Shohei. I'm not afraid of you. See? No reason to panic. Dalton Rushing and Eugenio Suarez being aboard is a slight reason, but Suarez on the Dodgers is hilarious. They just gave him a 1 year, $11 million deal, and they're like, hey, just hit home runs. There we go. Rodin makes the catch. We are A-OK. There we go. Royce Lewis gets it down. Very good, very good. All right, we turn our attention to Henry Mendez making his MLB debut, the age of 24 years old, against Blake Snell. And he hits it into right, and it's down. Folks, he's the greatest hitter in the history of the world. And Alan Roden strikes out. Fair enough. I think I might move Culpepper up in the batting order now with all these injuries happening in the outfield. Hilarious there that the run on third didn't try to go home. It's like he knew. It's like, I know the double play is calling. What's the point? Walker's on the second for Luke Keeschel, who promptly grounds out. Fair enough. I mean, hey, if you wanted to get more looks at our backup and fringe guys, boy, you're going to get it this year as a wild pitch scores the run. Gonzalez walks. I mean, Blake Snell is up to 41 pitches in the bottom of the third. We'll take that as Rushman hits it to the corner. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving and a shaking. 2-1 lead for Royce Lewis as we look to avenge our World Series loss in year one of the save against the Dodgers. Clearly, everyone had that penciled in. And Mendez pops it up to end the inning. But we get 2 runs. Oh boy. Shohei and Dalton Rushing are aboard for Suarez. Yeah, saw that one coming. 3-run shot, easy work, 375 feet. Grim. Culpepper is on second. I need to look at Culpepper's. Yeah, batting eighth is not the move for him. I think I may flip him and Morgan against lefties. Jenkins hits a laser into the right, and it's down. Culpepper makes it home. Tie ball game. We're going for the steal. Yeah, Walker got thrown out. Yeah, Only having 50 speed there does kind of hurt. Well, the AI burned both of my long relievers last game, so it's going to be middle relief and a dream here as Jung Ho Lee gets aboard. Freddie Freeman, though, hits it to second. Shortstop for one, first for two. Beautiful double play. Let's see if we can get Andy Pages to end the start. And indeed, we do. All right. Not great from Zebby, but it is the Dodgers. So it all comes with a caveat. As Rushman walks, two men are aboard for Royce Lewis. Hits it to first, second for one, first for two. There goes that. There goes that. All right. We're going to go Cody Funderburk for the sixth. Clean from him. Here's Mendez. Hits it up into left. That'll be caught easy peasy. All right. They switch to a righty in Emmett Shaheen. Alan Roden hits it deep to right, down at the wall. That'll be a nice double for Roden. Very good, sir. Yeah, Culpepper grounds out. All right, we're going to pinch hit for Trey Morgan here since they've gone righty. Chase Mydroth is going to get the bat. And he struck out. Fair enough. All right. Mydroth goes to second. Keishel slides back over to first. Let's get Connor Prelip warming up. Oh boy. Two men on, no outs. Make that three as Ozuna is walked. Come on, get Freddie Freeman, please. Good man. All right, Connor Prelip is up to face. Gets him swinging. Massive Shohei. Bases loaded. Struck out looking. They had bases loaded, no outs, and they failed to score. Beautiful. And now Keishel and Rushman are aboard for Royce Lewis. Hits it to short. Throw. Not in time. And an error, it looked like. Bases are now loaded. Yeah, think we're gonna let Mendez hit. Bases loaded, two outs. Wild pitch. Or never mind, he swung. Let's take pitch three. Damn. All right, full count. Mendez walks in the go-ahead run. We love to see it. Bases juiced. Roden takes the walk. It's a second run. Ken Culpepper hits it up. Deep to right. Gonna be caught. But you know what? We scored two. It was on walks, but we got him. All right. So an ideal world, Prelip can get me three outs here. We love to see it. All right. Mydroth pops it up. Nothing doing there. Swing and a miss from Walker. Please walk Luke Keishel. And they do. Gabe Gonzalez, insurance runs. Hits it into center. That's down. All right. And Rushman grounds out. But you know what? For a moment there, I had faith. Okay. Did I not get? Oh no, I sat Keckering down. That's what it was. I'm gonna have Erod come in for Roden in right field as a defensive sub. We're going to bring Keckering in for the save. First up is Tiny Edmond. Well, he hit him. Not great. Teoscar Hernandez hits it to second. Mydroth gets the out. Alex Call, swing and a miss. Freddie Freeman is the last out. Hits it to second. Got him. Whoo, we take game one 5-3. Very nice from the lineup. 11 hits, 7 walks. That'll do. Culpepper leaving 6 men on does look a bit ugly, but what can you do? Yeah, that Mookie Betts error really killed him because the only runs we scored there at the end were the walks. But hey, we take game one, and now, oh, personal message. Yay! All right, so Royce Lewis signed his extension. It's 3 years, just under 48 million. I think I am essentially banking on the fact that this year is the mirage offensively, and I think he's done pretty well in the past week, so we might be turning a corner. But we get him for at least 2 more years, and either he hits really well, and this third year of 14.5 is a steal, or he struggles, and we just take, we void the last year of his contract, and so be it. But this also locks in our captain for at least 2 more years. Defensively, he's done really well. He does have 6 errors already, but his zone rating is the highest it's ever been. I'll take that trade. All right. Now for Conley Early to make his Twins debut against the Dodgers. I am scared. It's Roki Sasaki, so we're going right-handed. Oh, right. Hold on. Before I do that, Culpepper's going to bat 9th, not 8th. All right, now let's get this party started. Just so I don't have to switch that every single time. How's Rushman's fitness? He's at 96%. That's fine. I think if I can get him to play the whole Dodgers series, I will. Then I might just rest him for a bit after that. And Andy Pages with a 2-run shot. Fair enough. But now Jenkins and Keishel are aboard for Gonzalez, who hits it up to left. And anything you can do, we can do better. 376 feet. Hope you took the over on this game. Down goes Rushman. Royce Lewis, new contract in hand, takes the walk. Erod is up and swing and a miss. Yeah, we're going to get a really good look at a lot of those backup outfielders. So even if we don't make the playoffs, I think the last 2 months of the season will be a really good look at, give us a really good idea of what our outfield's going to look like. Potentially the rest of the save, because if we can have Gonzalez in right, Walker Jenkins in left, Erod works at center, or we DH Gonzalez and put Mendez or Rodin in right, like we are set for years. As Culpepper hits it into left, that's getting into the corner. An easy double for our shortstop extraordinaire. Jenkins grounds out. Keishel, swing and a miss. Or did he hit the ball? He did, in fact, hit it. I couldn't tell by that animation whether it was a hit or whether it was a drop third strike. And it was indeed a hit. So we get the run. 4-2 ball game. Conley Early is already at 51 pitches. Don't worry about it. Oh, boy. Remember when I questioned why Conley Early was in AAA this whole year? I might be finding my answer as a wild pitch scores the 3rd run for the Dodgers. Though, to be fair, having your season debut be against the Dodgers is A little rough. As we have a tie ball game. Solo shot from Erod. We love to see it. Garrett Cole now in for relief. Good God, being the Dodgers must be silly. Like, I've never done a save as the Dodgers for obvious reasons, but doing one must be so much fun. Like, what do you mean you traded for Garrett Cole and 36 million at the deadline? What did that trade even look like? Along with Alex Ortiz and cash in exchange for Christian Oliveira and Oswaldo Osorio. So it was just a salary dump. Yeah, it was a salary dump. That's kind of funny. Mydroth that grounds out to end the fun. But hey, they went to their bullpen pretty early. No pun intended. I'm going to see if I can get Conley early to get me 2 outs here. Edmund pops it up. Very nice. Can he get Teoscar? Indeed, he can. He's at 83. All right. Jung Ho Lee is going to be the last batter he faces no matter what. And he gets him. All right. Not a great debut outing, it must be said. But hey, it's the Dodgers. Runners at the corners, 1 out for Gonzalez, who walks. Bases loaded. Adley Rushman. Swing and a miss. What is Rushman's monthly stats for August? Or not August, for July. They were fine. August is a really small sample, but so far he's not been that good. Royce, new contract in hand. Grounds out. Man, we had a really good chance there to add on some runs. All right. Thank you, Conley, early for your service. Mason Montgomery will get the 5th. Clean from him. How many pitches? 16. Sands for the 6th. Walker. I think I'm going to have Montgomery stay out there to try to pitch some as Erod hits it down the line. My life is so much easier if Erod can remember how to hit the baseball, because then he's our center fielder going forward, and we are perfectly fine. If he struggles, he is a 4th outfielder, when I might potentially have Rodin and Mendez, who are also 4th outfielders. Not great as Mydroth hits it, I guess, to the corner. Teoscar made the slide. It didn't work. Good God, he's vanished. Teoscar turned into Kitty Pryde there. Good old Shadow Cat to get that baseball. And that's over the head. That might be one of my most hated animations in this game, because I know what it's saying. It's saying that the center fielder quite simply does not have the range to get the ball that goes high. But when you have him just like walk to the baseball, looks a little silly. As Jenkins strikes out, Luke Keeschel hits it up into left, but that'll be caught. No 4-for-4 day for him. Come on, Mason. Tommy Edman, you've been better or worse against lefties this season. You've been so much better against lefties. Good God. All right. That'll be it for Mason then. See if Cole Sands can get Edman. Well, that wild pitch does not help me. It's hit up to center. That's going to get down. All right. They cut it to 2. Teoscar's up, and he struck him out on a full count. Fair play. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Royce Lewis is on second for Erod. He has 2 hits already today. And that's where it will stay as he grounds out. All right. Come on, Cole. Give me the 7th. Oh, boy. Do I want him to face Shohei? Sure, why not? Okay. Got him to ground out. That'll be it for Cole. Ryan Walker to face Mookie Betts. Damn. Pass Royce Lewis. That'll tie the game. Oh, man. Our bullpen just can't. Oh, no. Mookie Betts, knee injury. How bad? Knee soreness. He's fine. Dalton rushing. What do you got? Soft grounder. Fair play. All right. Bottom of the 7th. Rodin hits it into right over the head of Andy Pajes. He's going for a triple. What a mad lad. And he is in there safely. The man has 45 speed, but I'm not going to question it. They think I'm going to bunt? Please. As Maedroth hits the sac fly, go ahead run scores. We are back in business. And ain't it grand? Culpepper strikes out. And Walker gets it down. All right. Oh, no. The error on Jung Ho Lee. What's his rating in center? Yeah, it's not great. That's where they played him. He shall walk. Nah, I don't want to pinch hit. Let's let Gonzalez face Estrada. Lined out to second. All right. We go to the 8th. Ryan, come on, buddy. My relievers are physically incapable of helping me out. Jung Ho Lee hits it to third. They get him. You know what? He can get Freddie. Soft grounder to first. He might beat this out, and he does. Oh, tie ball game. All right, we're going to Keckering to face Andy. And they went for the steal. It did not work. Good job, Rushman. All right, bottom of the 8th. Rushman hits it up into right. Caught. He went 0 for 5 today. For those keeping track at home. Don't see that every day. Royce Lewis might beat this out. No throw. Where's your sense of excitement? See if Erod can get him. Oh, he swung at a pitch in the other batter's box. Good job, buddy. Rodin hits it up into right. That's a down. Royce goes in to third. What is Mendez's speed? 50 and 60. So it's better than Rodin, but I don't think I'd have him steal on rushing either way. So might as well leave Rodin in. And Maedroth grounds out. We go to the 9th. Keckering. Clean inning of work. He's only on 14 pitches, so. All right, solo shot. We walk him off. Culpepper gets it down in center. He is one of the guys I'd let run on Dalton. Think we go for it. Decides to hold up. I mean, if they want to walk Walker, I'm not going to hate that either. Full count. He hits it into center field. Culpepper gets to third. Jenkins into second. Okay. Now, the probability of us winning this game at this point is probably at like 90%. Luke Keeschel hits it up. That should do it into center. The throw in late. Culpepper makes it home. We walk him off. 9-8. Beautiful work. Even though our bullpen tried to cost us that game. 19 hits. Very good. Very good. Dalton Rushing going 0 for 5 is tragic. But Keeschel, Roden, Culpepper all had 3 hits. Jenkins had 4. Not a great debut for Conley early, but so be it. Got it done. Got the win. And that guarantees us a series win against the Dodgers, which is kind of crazy. So I think we'll play this game, and then that is where we will call it for this episode. As Rushman goes to the bench. Kalen Culpepper batting 4th. Let's do it. Actually, maybe not. I want him batting 6th, so we'll just swap him and Erod. Do I want to give... Yeah, I'm going to give Gabe the day off. Roden bats 3rd. We'll get McKinstry to D8. I like that plan. We'll see how it works with Fromber getting the start. Runner on for Shohei. I'm scared. Culpepper's there. Got him. Very good, very good. Nothing for us in the first. Oh, boy. Tommy Edman, lefty crusher, but he goes down swinging there. Carson Kelly. Well, okay. Well, they signed him as a free agent. The Cubs let him go. He's not been doing very well, which is a shame. I liked Carson Kelly. For a run there, he was looking like the best catcher the Tigers had in a while. All right, Erod. Don't strike out on 3 pitches. He did not. Manifestation, folks. 65 arm. Let's test it. And Erod gets the steal. Oh, no, the throwing error. Pretty good. Royce Lewis hits it to short. They get him, but we get the run. Success. The old sack grounder, as it is named. McKinstry DHing today for, I think, the first time this season. But, you know, defensively, our infield is pretty good. It's the outfield that is shakier defensively, I think. Campos swinging a miss. Yeah, Campos is effectively playing for his job the rest of the season. I'm going to assume there was a wild pitch and not that Alan Roden, with his 45 speed and 60 stealing, got the steal there on Carson Kelly. I assume it's a wild pitch. Oh, no, another error. Man, what are the Dodgers' defensive ratings? Like, Jung-Ho Lee, not a great defensive center fielder. Mookie Betts, not a great defensive shortstop. Suarez, decent at 3rd. You'll take that. Tommy Edman obviously is great. What's Freddie's rating? Oh, no. Yeah, he's negative zone rating at 1st. Yeah, McKinstry pops it up. All right, we go to the 5th. Fromber is at 57 pitches. It's about to get more as Carson Kelly's on second for Jung-Ho Lee. Pops it up. Very good. Freddie walked. Fromber's getting close to the red now. Pajes hits it to Culpepper. Fielder's choice. Cool. Anything for us in the bottom five? No such luck. All right. So I'm down to like two long relievers in a dream. So Festa will go first. I want Fromber to get Shohei, though. You can't always get what you want. Can you get Mookie at least? Ha! Campos guns down Shohei. What now? Mr. 88 percentile run value? Goodness gracious. All right, Fromber gets Betts. I'll let him face Suarez. And he got him swinging. That is so clutch for my bullpen. All right, Keishel is on board. Erod popped it up. Ay, 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 ay. Royce takes the walk. Do I want to pinch hit for Culpepper? Nah, let's let him hit. Laser down the left field line. That should score one. Throw is late. We're up 3-0. I will pinch hit for McKinstry here. We're going to give Gabe Gonzalez the bat. And he hits it into right. That's down. Royce Lewis makes it home 4-0. Campos takes the walk. Well done, sir. And my draw gets a board off of the error. Wow. Like, Tommy Edman has 70, an error rating of 70. He has 6 errors at second, 3 at third, 1 at short. This game does defensive ratings and stats so weirdly. And Walker gets it down in center. Now we're just having fun. Now we're having fun with the Dodgers bullpen. 7-0. Luke Keishel. They walked him. Bases loaded. Alan Roden hits it into center. That's down. Well, remember when this game was close and I was worried about like which of these 4 men would have to get a save? That fear is gone. And Roden walks. We get another, or no, excuse me, Rodriguez walks. And Royce brings an end to the fun with a foul ball caught by Freddie. All right. So now I'm going to change plan a little bit. I think we go Mick Abel for 2 innings. Hopefully he doesn't get killed. And already Taylor Trammell has an RBI double. I mean, to be fair, I just need him to get outs. I don't really care if we win this game 9-1 or 9-5. Well, okay, I think I care at that point. All right, I'm gonna let Culpepper hit. And off the wall and left. Very good, sir. Gabe Brown's out, but it does move him over. And I'm glad that Campos gets another AB. And he struck out. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm less glad. As Maedroff hits it up into left. Thought it'll be caught to end my fun. All right, we're gonna get Prelip warming up. Ideally, McAble can get me the eighth, but we do not live in an ideal world. As two are on for Suarez, he hits it up into left, caught by a Walker. That'll be it for Mick. Edmund hits a third. Royce is there, and an error. Oh, brother. Now we all have to watch this amazing animation. All right, Carson Kelly hits it into center. That will be grabbed. So Dodgers get another. We're going to pinch it for Walker. Give Mendez the bat. Gregory Soto, Tigers legend. Walked him. We'll pinch it for Luke Keeschel as well with Trey Morgan. And now I am out of backups. Well, I say that. Technically, Rushman's available off the bench, but he's also tired, so I'd like to avoid that. As Roden hits a laser into right. Well, that'll do. That'll do nicely. 10-2 ball game. Erod strikes out annoyingly, and Royce Lewis grounds out to short. All right. All we have to do is not implode to the tune of 8 runs. I feel like that should be pretty simple, Connor Prelip. Good man. All right, we swept the Dodgers. Who saw that one coming? My God, it was a steal from Alan Roden, not a wild pitch. I mean, Alan Roden, have a day. 4 hits, 2 RBIs. I think defensively, obviously, he's shaky. And the power isn't really going to be there. But if he can hit for contact and not strike out a ton, there might be a role for him. The other downside is he's 28 years old. So, what we see is kind of what we're going to get. But a very nice series sweep. Let me advance a couple days. No one claimed Justin Tapa. So he is going to go down to AAA. He's also off our 40 man now. And Watanabe is eligible to return off the IL. Connor Prelip has 1 option year left. We're going to send him down to AAA. Our AAA bullpen has to be the best in the International League. Surely. All right, let's move Keckering off of the closer spot. So he got up to 6 saves. I didn't use him in that many save situations, honestly. Like, he got the win against the Tigers, got a save, non-save situation, save against the Orioles, 1 out because their offense sucked, then a save and a win. So wasn't used all that much. Mauricio Dubon, I need you back in AAA, crushing it, please. All right. Watanabe makes his return to the closer spot. Yeah, I think he's definitely not going to get the MLB leading 34 saves he had last year, which is a shame, but still could get something. All right. So I think that'll do it for this episode. We got through the trade deadline, did a little bit of games in August. We're at 60-54, 4 games back of the division. We are up on the wild card by a solid half game margin. Very simply, I'm going to play through this Marlins series off stream. and then play the Tigers. And then next episode, we'll start with the Tigers since they're currently the ones leading that division. Let's do a quick check in on Matt Wallner with the Red Sox. 7 games, 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 home runs. Good God. What a stat line to have. So we wish Matt Wallner the best of luck with the Red Sox. Um, I think, yeah, unfortunately, the power was obviously lovely, but the strikeouts were insane and the contact was bad enough where we make a move. I think Gabriel Gonzalez at DH is a good call. I think I'm really excited to see what he can do with a whole season of work. Had a little bit of a cold spell there in July, but so far in August, he's back to it. Happy with that. I think with the Byron Buxton injury, I mean, we're about to find out how good Erod is and if he'll ever be a starting caliber player for us or just a really good fourth outfielder. I think Alan Roden and Henry Mendez in the meantime will get decent amount of reps. We'll see what they can do. Roden especially, like he's 28 years old. He's going to be 29 next season. It's really do or die for him. But we shall see how things progress. So thank you all for watching. See you next time.